tone. This is the mood setter. A mood setter. What is going to set her mood? And it's not success. It's not about how much she has accomplished in life. It's not about competing. And it's not about recognition. It's not a looking for public recognition or recognition up from her peers. What motivates her is feeling. You prefer to do things and be with the kind of people that make you feel good. She has it on the body side, the physical side, anything physical, not mind. And she has it on the mind side, thinking, speaking, watching. She's not competitive with her mind either. You prefer to think about, talk about, learn, and watch things that are fun or make you feel good. And I'll tell you one thing, and it's a bit of a misnomer to say not competitive here because it implies that there's not an intensity with that. That's not true, because when you're not feeling good, and I know I have a double three like Megan does, and I'll tell you, when people take away my fun or make me feel bad consistently, and I feel awful. Nothing, and I mean nothing, can tempt me otherwise. And I am reckoning it's similar for her. This is why when you have Frogmore Cottage redesigned to your specification, you have thousands of dollars to spend on a wardrobe each month, you get to travel the world. None of this is going to make a difference to her. She would rather just be financially independent than get all those material things and feel awful about it. And once these double threes snap, boy, they don't go back. And you really see it. You really have seen this with her. Since she made this decision January 9th, she comes to the country, announces it, leaves the next day. And nobody has seen or heard from this woman since. No one even knows where she's at. She was supposed to call in to Queen Elizabeth and the crisis talks at Sandringham on Monday, and the call didn't go, they weren't going to take the call, which I can understand that. I was really naive to think it was going to happen. But the point is, do you think she was honestly going to go there in person and deal with this? Oh my goodness. Her decision's made. She's not open to negotiate here. She wasn't going to go and fight it out either. This isn't pleasant. So, these threes do have a tendency to just completely extricate themselves from people or things they don't find fun or are just really awful, because they don't want to sit there and negotiate it. It doesn't make them feel good. It hasn't for a while. That's it. And that's why they can be very uncompromising. Nothing you can do can tempt them. Nothing. And again, you've seen this in the very nature of her. She's not going to buckle. One more thing, and then I'll look at this again, and we'll look at Harry. But if you look at her line on the body side, and again, this is anything physical, it is a 1. It is what we call the reactor. It's a very passive design, line 1's on the body, and she would have been, under classic human design, she would have been a 5-1. So anything to threatening her survival, she's the protector. This is the kind of person, and I have this as well, I'm a 1 on my body, though I'm a 6-2. I know this, even on the best of days, when say I'm feeling really good and everything's rocking and rolling, I'm feeling great and I'm having fun, even on the best of days, this 1 protector instinct, this line 1, is such that I don't like people dropping in on me. I don't like people coming at my door unannounced. I don't like intrusions. I don't like people in my house necessarily. So all this media intrusion has got to be just unbelievably painful and had enough. I'd also like to posit as well, which has not been talked about in the media, that Perhaps she did not want to come with her husband Harry to meet the Queen on January 13th because she was scared. I mean, has anybody asked this? Is she scared? Is that why she's in hiding? Is that why she did not come with her husband to talk to the Queen face to face about extricating themselves? That's really not being looked at here. And remember too the quote from Harry that if you knew what I would knew, if you knew what I knew, you'd be doing the same thing. So look, what do they know? What has she seen? What has she heard? What has her possibly fearful? It's a real question. Again, I haven't seen it at all in the press. It's been very much she's dominating things and she's this and she feels Prince William's bullying her, and okay, that might all be true, but when I look at this, and this is why I do like to look at these other modalities, because you start to realize how complex situations are, how complex people are. That doesn't always come through, and a lot of times doesn't come through in our 3D multimedia world. We're going to talk about this again. I've got a little bit more to say, but we're going to leave it for now. Thank you for joining me, and stay tuned.